And welcome back. Mornings with Pat Kreitlow on 98.9 WXCO. I am Chad Holmes from our downtown Wausau studios at the corner of Washington Street and North 3rd Street. And always get a chance to wrap up the work week. Looking ahead to another big sports weekend. Looking back maybe a little bit at some of the other stories as well with our Civic Media and 98.9 WXCO sports reporter, Mike Clemens. And Mike, good Friday morning.
Good morning, Chad.
I tell you, you're a busy guy. I say that every week, though. I mean, it doesn't matter what time of the year is. There's always something going on. But, boy, in the last week, there's been some huge stories. And I guess we'll start right off with the aftermath of the NFL draft. It looks like from everything that's been said and talked about, it's very rare to have a massive event that seems to have been as successful as the draft was last week in Green Bay.
Attended 600,000. And you know how they take the attendance? It's not, by the way, because, fans would have to register for the free tickets and they get them on their phone. I thought that's what it was. A reporter told me, actually, they use visual computers to scan the crowd and do the head count that way.
Technology, I hate it.
I like that. And you see, and because there used to be a thing where people would get upset in Milwaukee every year. They just claimed that the circus parade drew 500,000 people. Air quotes, police estimates, and all that. But people were paying a lot of money for overtime and all that. But this is science. So 600,000 estimated over 3 days, even though Friday was cold and rainy all day long. But that's just 3 days. I mean, it takes almost 10 days of the Wisconsin State Fair or Summerfest to draw like that. So last Friday we talked about the great moment on Thursday night when Mark Murphy comes out and announces, "We are taking a receiver."
Right.
And they took Javon, they took Matthew Golden. He wasn't even born when they took Javon Walker, 23 years ago. And then for the rest of the weekend, Brian Gutekunst ended up taking 4 players on offense, and then he went heavy on defense in day 3. It's 4 players on offense, 4 on defense, 8 players in all. Usually, I thought he would take maybe 10, maybe do some trading down, but there weren't a lot of trades. There weren't after the big trade that the Jaguars went up to take the number 2 spot and get the wide receiver cornerback out of Colorado. But there's more of these GMs that, frankly, some are from Green Bay, like Elliott Wolf, Ron's son. He's out with the Patriots now. John Schneider's been with the Seahawks forever. They're not as crazy. There was a lot of trades going into the draft that people used the trade picks to acquire veterans throughout the season. So it just kind of went smooth. And he said, yeah, there wasn't, the value there. So they took 8 players. They signed up a bunch of undrafted players. And I'm right now packing up and putting on my shoes to drive up to Green Bay because we start rookie minicamp today at Lambeau Field.
Oh, very cool indeed. With the Packers, I think maybe there's more answers than questions. But I think with the Milwaukee Bucks, there's many, many, many more questions than answers right now after the end of the season. Another first-round loss to Indiana. I remember, it must have been a month ago when the Bucks lost a game on a 4-point play to Indiana. That was sort of that was just a warm-up to what happened in game number 5. But how do you put it all together? I mean, man, there are a lot of question marks with the Milwaukee Bucks right now, aren't there?
Yeah, and the Pacers just unbelievable with that 3-point shooting that they had. Bucks end up, losing the series, just 1 win, 4-1 against Indianapolis, which they'll now advance against the Cavaliers. And then, of course, Damian Lillard going down with the torn Achilles. Oh my gosh! After the blood clot, now the left leg with the torn Achilles. It'll take a year to come back. When he comes back, he'll be 36, rolling on to 37 years old. That's your point guard, and a big price tag there. Giannis has told the local reporters that cover the team every day, Chad, I want to stay here. I want to make it happen here. And I want to do it. But, just this morning, you turn on ESPN across the banner, is Giannis about to leave Milwaukee? See, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy, but I'm telling you, there are NBA owners, there are a couple of networks that pay hundreds of millions of dollars for the rights for the NBA that would love to get another decimal point or 2 of ratings. And Giannis in New York or LA draws more ratings and eyeballs than in Milwaukee or Indianapolis or OKC and all. That's just the way it is. So there's those forces at work, and you wonder if Giannis starts seeing that stuff and saying, well, maybe the Bucks are trying to get rid of me. The Bucks Is it true they don't have a trade until 2030? They don't have a draft pick now.
Number one.
31.
Yeah, number one pick until 2031. I mean, craziness. And you speak of, you turn on ESPN this morning. I brought up the Athletic 4 potential trades that could involve Giannis. I mean, it's all clicks right now. It's all clicks.
It gets clicks. It's not that the John Horst, who just signed an extension to be the Bucks GM. It's not like that's his talk. They're just creating that talk because it gets clicks.
Brewers and the Cubs. I know it's May the 2nd, but the Cubs are looking like they have, again, if somebody doesn't start to play in that division, it could be an easy go of it for Chicago, in my opinion. Am I wrong?
Cubbies, Greg Counsell's got them in first place right now. They are 19-16. They come in tonight for a 3-game series against the Brewers. It will be packed at AmFam Field. Pat Murphy's putting on Quinn Priester up there. Brandon Woodruff looking pretty good for the Timber Rattlers. I think he had his 4th start where it went like 5 2/3 innings, just gave up 3 runs, 1 hit. He says that, the shoulder feeling better after that surgery a year and a half ago, so maybe he'll be there by the end of the month. Tobias Myers, another starter, had a rocky start coming back from his quad injury. But, we'll see if the Brewers can play their ball, which is like outstanding infield play to get, 1, 2, 3 outs. And then they got to get their bats going this weekend against the Cubs, but it should be an interesting series, no doubt.
I hate when the Cubs come to American Family Field. I hate watching it. I hate seeing Cub fans there.
Well, you think, they call it Wrigley North.
I know it. I hate that.
Yeah. Well, but, the Brewers, did a pretty good job against them last year.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's so much juice between Pat Murphy versus Craig Counsell in this series. It's good stuff.
That is our Mike Clemens, and Mike joins us every Friday morning here to wrap up the week. Ian, have yourself a great weekend.
You too, Chet. It should be a beautiful weather. Hopefully.
It should be. We need it.
Happy Friday, everybody. Have a great weekend.
We'll be back Monday morning, hopefully with sunny skies outside the window here in downtown Wausau.
I hope so.
Coming up next, Matt and Air on air. Keep it right here all day, all night. 98.9 WXCO.